morning, hello, and all that jazz. Welcome to The Witcher, Crimson and Ash. Welcome to Salty Sweet Games. I am the aforementioned Salty.
And I'm Sweet.
And these various assorted spices are our friends. What do I usually say after this? Before we go around and meet everybody, we have channel things to get through, all of which I have memorized perfectly and I never falter. First of all, a ton of thanks to our sponsors, the first being Roll20, our virtual tabletop of choice, which unites gamers across any distance with easy-to-use tools that run straight from your web browser for free. So if the world is burning outside, you can play games online with your friends through Roll20. Isn't that nice? Also, Roll20Con is October 23rd through 25th. They're going to be running a bunch of cool things like Burn Bright demos with some of the Spotlight people GMing. So if you wanted to try that, that's going to be a thing. There are going to be panels and actual plays. It's going to be great. Anyway, so we love them. And secondly, Dice Envy. We are affiliates with Dice Envy. So if you like physical click-clacks, if you like those chunky boys, you can go check them out and use the code SaltySweet, all caps, one word, to get 10% off your order. They have a bunch of new stuff, literally like every other week. It's incredible. They have some very pretty ones out right now, but
Yeah,
I like to recommend America's Ass every time it comes back into stock.
it's great.
It's
America's
just a
Ass is
great,
perfect. And
it's
you know,
perfect.
there's everything from acrylic to metal to wood to gemstone dice. So they're all there. And if you sign up for their mailing list, you basically get stuff, news on the new releases, and also we usually get a sneak peek at what they are. So
Yes. And last but not least, Grinding Coffee Co., a Black and LGBT plus owned coffee company. That's delicious. They make all organic brews, and portions of their proceeds go to charity. They have like a subscription service you can get, and they're wonderful, and I love them.
they literally fuel this channel.
At least the production side,
Yeah.
because I
So
would not survive without them.
yeah.
I would not be awake right now without them. We are all very grateful.
Yeah.
But we have a code with them too, Salty Sweet Games, all caps, one word, to get 13% off your order. Highly recommend the Peru blend if you want to try something. They also have an awesome sampler pack. All right. Oh, just nailing it. Moment to moment. Oh, also there are some like tip slash donations, whatever you want to call them, down below if you would like to affect the game. Basically, all this stuff, our sponsors and things like what we have listed down below, go to help upkeep the channel, start new projects like our upcoming podcast, which is very exciting, in collaboration with Off the Table, and help to compensate our cast. So, if you want to support us, those are all like really cool options. You can also subscribe and get some sweet emotes. Last thing, we here at Salty Sweet Games use safety tools, lines, veils, XN and O cards, stars and wishes, and content warnings because while the characters will probably get shot today with arrows, and heartbreak will once again befall my sweet character, the players are here to have fun. Hey, thank you, Matt. Thank you for subscribing. Yay! It worked! The spiel worked!
It worked.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk to everybody. We'll find out who everyone is playing. I'll go first so I can then take a break from the talking. I'm Lauren, and I am playing Maggie the cat. She's a criminal and a disaster lesbian, and I love her so much. She's going to ride 1 to 2 things today. The end.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this now.
Yeah. You wanna hop in there?
Oh, God. I'm the sweet of the channel. Whoop. I dropped a bunch of stuff. We'll pick that up in a second. But,
Good.
I use she, they pronoun, and I play Lupa, uses they, them pronouns. They are the Witcher of the group. They are very tired. They are about to go into a trap that they fully know is a trap, but they are too damn stubborn to
Yes.
go to not do it.
Very
So
good.
here we are. Also, I'd like to say that we also have the other sponsor and a giveaway. That's the thing here on the channel from Artosorian Games.
Artosorian Games!
The creators of the Witcher TTRPG, as well as a bunch of other awesome systems. They helped to sponsor a giveaway of their core rulebook PDF on this channel.
Do you think I should start that giveaway, Kiana?
I think maybe you should. So you can just enter that giveaway, and please go check them out and all of their awesome games. I'm gonna go pick up the stuff as I take the. Katie, go. Let me just.
Katie, go.
I'm Katie. I use she, her pronouns. I play Sila, who uses she, her pronouns as well, who supports Maggie in every instance of her writing, basically. Just they're cheering her on. Take that in any way you want.
Oh, thank you so much.
They're very close.
We are very close. It's true. We're best friends. And Lindy!
Hi, it's me. I'm Lindy, and I'll be playing Thryn and Brockvar, she, her, and she is a mage, which is not a great thing to be where we're at. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure this chase will be fine, and I'm sure the Novograd will be fine.
Great.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, everything's fine here today. We're all fine. How are you, Hans? How are
doing? And
that worked so well because your name's Hans.
Is that like the line? Is that the line from the movie?
Big brain moment. Lauren had a big brain moment.
I would like to confess I have never watched all of Die Hard.
It's
guessing
from
that's what
Star
that's from.
Wars.
Oh, I get what you're going with then. I thought that had to be a... Okay, well,
It
I
was
have watched
very
Star Wars. I have
early
no
for
excuse for
everyone.
that. Yeah. By the
Listen.
way, I looked it up. Coffee is a spice, just so we're clear.
Yes.
So, yes, major rebrand incoming for the channel, I'm sure.
Perfect.
Well, I'm just glad everybody caught that on a live video stream, so then in the future I can just look competent all the time. I'm going to do my last time. Last time, the crew fought a foglet in the forest to the northeast of Oxenfurt, then went into the city to find lodging for the night. They decided on the Red Curtain, a discreet brothel run by Sila's old friend, Sandra Kilt. They spent the night there, then went looking for Drand of Oxenfurt, who turned out to be a drunk and a fraud, who once acted as a middleman for Egon Val, who sent the cursed spinning wheel that sent his sister Magda into a sleep for the last 5 years. Sila found that the stories of the Maiden of the Night, another person cursed to sleep, were concentrated north of Oxenfurt. Maggie found that the assassins sent by Marjor Lalvin were lying in wait north of Oxenfurt to bait Luba along. She also made a good personal connection with Juna, one of the assassins. And I'm making a note here. We've got to start by doing like a flash away over to Thryn, who is studying about Novograd nobles. So, let's talk about that scene. Where do you think you went studying? We were in the Oxenfurt, in the university, correct?
Mm-hmm. Maybe just a nice little quiet library space. Because I imagine she went through some of the books, picked up some scrolls and stuff, and then just found a little nook, spread everything out, and started flipping through, making notes.
Okay. So you're looking up information specifically about Gabriel Sizalt, and if I recall, you got like a 14. Yeah. So I figure like it's a pretty good roll. So the one blip you pick up as you're looking back through old records of the Sizalts is Gabriel Sizalt has now been married 3 times. All of his wives are deceased.
Interesting.
Wives are deceased, yeah. So he has now gotten to the point where he got married the first time. Wife passed away shortly afterwards. It happened again a year later, just probably about 9 months after Magda went into her sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it happened fairly recently, a couple years ago.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So he is a 3-time widower.
Oof, that does not look good on paper.
Well, I mean, we could talk about historical, medieval, what's the term I'm looking for?
Yeah, nice try.
Like
Hans.
mortality rates, but
Mhm.
yeah. A
Still,
clue's a clue.
does not look great on paper.
So enjoy
I was
that.
to be wife number 4, I might go, now wait a second.
So that's our fun thing we know about the Sizzalts. But now I think we kind of like flash back to the group reconnecting near the gate that goes from the north of Oxenford on the road towards Novograd. How are we looking? Are the horses saddled? Like, are we ready to go? Is everybody limbering up their weapons?
Has Maggie filled us in about her little meeting?
In my usual roundabout way, yeah. I don't know what voice that was, but
That was Lauren plus Maggie plus
It was-
something else all together.
plus Lauren's Cajun roots. Yeah. Yes, yes, but it was in a way in which it was mostly focused on the chemistry Juna and I clearly had.
Maggie's way. And what time of the day is it?
I think it
Sorry,
was-
Hans, you
think we're
just
like-
took a bite.
No, that's my fault. That's not your fault. I think it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, something
Cool.
like that.
Okay.
Right, so here's the thing. Okay? So I get back into my voice. So we're gonna go towards Novograd and the carriage is gonna like burst out in front of us. Yeah? And they may or may not have the dwarf girl in there. You know,
Why
I
are we even fighting them then? Like, why don't we just meet them in Novograd for a nice sit down discussion? Let Lupa get their grievances out, and why are we having a fight then? If they don't even have the girl.
I think because they want to they want to kill you, Lupa. That was a detail. I figured you knew that, so I didn't bother mentioning it. But that's not the thing. And then this the one I met, Juna, may come up behind us and shoot us some more in a like surprise way. So, but like mostly gonna be shooting Lupa, right? So it's like okay, it's like because Lupa, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine, so it's
You
all
can
right.
parry arrows, right, Lupa?
Yeah, you can parry arrows, can't you? Got like a 4 in that
You made sure to put points in that this morning.
before we left. Yeah, right, cool. So that's about it. I think it sounds like a lot of fun. Although I did have a conspiracy theory that I thought of when I woke up this morning, both me and my player Lauren. What if they're just drawing us out and gonna make it look like we're attacking them so they can like pin it on us?
I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be pretty good. Something I would do. So it's smart.
This is my perfect moment to interrupt. As you all are having this discussion, where do you think you're located? Is this like near the stables on the road out of town?
Stables
Okay.
sound good.
Okay, cool. A small, like, let's say urchinish dressed young lady walks up towards Maggie.
Is it a child or like a person?
This is like a child.
Two different
Oh,
things.
wow.
Child, person.
That's
I
totally
think we're-
Maggie. I'm a teacher.
I think it's valid either way. So this young girl of like say 7 years old walks up to you and like puts her fists on her hips and says, "Are you Maggie?
Who the fuck's asking?
I have a letter for you."
All right, give it. I take it and I don't tip because I have
She
zero.
just
money.
stands there with her fists on her hips and continues to look at you all like a 7-year-old does.
All right.
Isla gives her a little crown.
Thank
Don't
you,
get in
miss.
any
And she does
trouble.
a small curtsy and skips off away from you.
What's it say, Maggie?
Open it. I'm trying to laughing at myself.
A child or a person's gonna get me all day.
It's very good. The letter says, "This is just a distraction so that I can get ahead of you on the road. Catch me if you can." And it smells faintly of perfume, and someone has kissed the letter.
Oh,
It is
that's-
unsigned.
Okay. No one is allowed to kill the redhead. Got it? Promise? Promise? Friend? Promise?
I generally don't like killing people.
Yeah, just you hadn't talked yet to me this morning, so I was just checking that you were alright. Lupa, no killing the redhead. Redhead's off limits.
What if the redhead tries to kill us?
Then, yeah, dodge it. It's not hard.
Wait, you did see me try to fight that foglet, right?
So at this point, first Lupa with your very good hearing, and then everybody else immediately after becomes aware of a horse riding so fast past you down the main street of Novograd, and it is Juna riding on what looks like probably a very light, lean horse, just goes peeling out past you all as fast as she possibly can.
Scylla puts her head down, like her head in her hand, and goes, "Oh god, this is everything Maggie likes. We're fucked. We're fucked."
I mean, with any luck, yeah. Do you get it, Scylla? You got it? Yeah.
We should probably go.
Right. Yes. Yes.
I give Glucifer like a little carrot bite, a little pat, and then get on the horse.
Some energy for the day.
Yeah. Glucifer might need that carrot. Might give him an edge. Might help me with my writing better.
We say you're going to have a chase where your horses have to catch a carriage. I think it's good to give that little extra nudge.
Yeah.
there. That's a good
Yeah.
It's like a quick buff. Yeah.
They really gotta go.
Okay, we're totally going. We're totally.
So if you are somebody who's like watching the show with us, I'd like to remind everybody that we are riding 2 per horse in this show.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
we have Lupa with Rosent, we have Silo with Maggie, and we have Thrin with what's his name? Gramelin. There we go. It took me a second there.
That
Um,
fucker.
Who is going to be in charge of driving the horses? Because that's going to be rolling.
Me.
Cool.
I guess. I don't know if who's better, Gramelin or I, but I guess
Absolutely
I'll.
you. You're definitely better.
Oh wow, that's sad. Okay.
I refuse to give Gramelin points in ride because he detests the beasts. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, it just depends on if his like I have points in ride. It's more like if his
Well.
reflexes are better than mine.
That's fair. Maybe.
It's
He's got
possible.
like a 7. He's like, he has to run away a lot.
Okay, so barely better than mine. We're about
About the
About
same.
I could tell you who is more likely to control the horse well and care about the horse, and I
Yes,
think that's
that's
really what counts.
Yes,
Yeah.
I care
The
much
The
more
emotional,
about
the
dear
bond
Lucifer.
is what matters now.
Yeah.
How about Lupa versus Rosent? I think Rosent is a competent rider and can do this okay.
Yeah, so Lupa's is a good writer, but I also know that they have to focus on the
Mm-hmm.
the fighting that's going to be happening against their will.
If this was a game where you had to like put a character on autopilot and just let them like hope they don't get shot by the enemy squad, I think that this is probably a good choice for Rosent.
Yeah, so I think put Rosent on that, but Lupa's ready to hop in case that ever needs it.
Sounded good.
If he's driving a horse, he can't steal your kills, basically.
That's true.
Ooh, or can he? We will find out in
It
play.
might be
Well,
really
I-
talented.
I'm sure he can.
I just love the fact that this little town guard just somehow manages to outwit the Witcher occasionally.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of how he would
Occasionally.
describe his job to someone later on. You know, like what does he do now with himself? I don't know. We'll
Who
talk about that
knows?
some other time. Yep. So, shall we have a chase?
I guess we are.
Okay.
I mean, how can you resist that? She kissed the letter. You have to chase.
My God.
She didn't even sign the letter. It could have been anybody kissing him.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Maggie studied that lipstick.
Oh. I know it's her. It's...
Okay, I memorized the lip wrinkles.
Mm-hmm. I have very keen eyesight. Wrong. That wasn't even a voice. Let's go. Chase. Yes.
Do
Thought
this.
her case the area role was to case the area. It was really to case Juna.
I never had any misconceptions.
Oh,
about
I
what that
should have.
was.
I should have rolled a weak spot on her. I didn't. I was
Oh.
too. I was too enamored.
Enamored.
Oh,
so in character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. If you have the Witcher core rulebook, on page 170 are all the control rules. I'm just mentioning this because that's what I'm looking at. Your horses are normally speed 12 and they can run 36. The carriage is speed 9 and run 27, but who knows where it is because you're not at that point yet.
True.
And you are roughly 2 rounds behind Juna when this all goes.
Okay. Okay.
Because, you know, you had to pet the horse and everything like that and actually get going, but that's about it.
I definitely had the rule book open. I definitely did. So
Not in
I
any way
wouldn't.
expecting that. Just letting everybody know that that's like where I'm at, in case you're wondering what magical numbers I'm coming up with. You never know. Maybe there are some people who really enjoy reading rule books that want to read along with us and figure out how to do a carriage chase.
I love
There's
it.
no reason that anyone should ever have to do this. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to do these
I have
rounds
no
without
idea who
worrying
you're
about
talking
initiative
about, Hans.
until we, well, yeah.
That person.
If anybody has actually watched this show, they would know that you know this rule book a lot better than I do. So when we get going, what I'm thinking is we're not going to do initiative, but we're going to kind of keep track of how fast everybody's going, because there are some things where things change speed, and that'll give us an idea of how close you're getting and when.
What's the page number again?
170 in the version 3. Yeah, the rule book
Thanks.
PDF.
Oh, got it. Perfect.
What's the actual page? I don't know. Actually, page 169, because that's how rule books will work.
Nice.
So, yeah, well, plus 100, yeah. What shall we start with? Are we all just going full speed riding? Is that what we're going to go for?
Just under full speed, because I don't think Thrin's super confident in her
Yeah.
fast speed chase riding, so she'd rather play it a little safe and not eat it,
I think the good news
like
is
I did
that
a couple
unlike,
nights ago in the hallway,
Yeah,
just walking.
that's fair.
So
I think the good news is there's no rules about how long you can go full speed that I've seen. So there's nothing that says like you have to stop running because you ran out of stamina or anything like that. Unlike the Witcher video game. So I think we're good. I think we can just run with the horses and nothing bad will happen as far as I can tell.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So is everybody basically running with the horses, going full speed?
I think me and Sila are definitely.
Yeah. Cool. I really only have to ask the people who are driving, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
it works. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are going full speed, and I would say that Juna seems to be going around full speed. So you're keeping a pace, and that goes on for a while. And we're just going to keep in this mode. There's no reason to do this turn by turn unless we're going to do something in the middle. But as you both go down the road, like you're at the point where you're outside the gates. So we start to see some people who are coming in with like big packs on their backs, some carriages going into the city. There's a little bit of traffic going out of Oxford towards Novograd. And by a little bit, I probably mean quite a lot, but it thins out quickly. And you've kind of overtaken all the people who are riding at a reasonable pace. You get a little further down the road, and then kind of suddenly, very far distance, you can see a carriage like rattle onto the road from the side where it's been parked behind a stand of trees. I know, this is how video games work, right? And then they're about right now 3 rounds ahead of you.
Okay.
Juna is at this point about 2 rounds ahead of you, and you are in the back then. So that's where we're at.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep, this is fine.
This is fine.
Yeah.
Well, dang. Dang.
This is not my has cool booming sound.
So, like, so, if I wanted to try and shoot out the wheels of the carriage while I was steering the horse, what do we, it is a hand crossbow. So it's one-handed. Oh, goody. The
Oh, there we go. There goes that.
Yes.
There we go. I found something more chasey. So what you want to do is you want to take a hand crossbow and shoot at the wheel of a carriage so it falls off.
Yeah.
Okay. This is, again, it's a video game. These things are possible. We could do this.
Yes.
So let's figure this out. I would say number one,
Fine.
you're going to be shooting at something that's a bunch of spaces ahead, but you've got a ranged weapon. That shouldn't be a problem. Number two, you're going to be making some sort of called shot,
Yes.
which I think is going to be pretty tough.
Totally.
What's the hand crossbow ranges like? Let's see. We're going to look at that.
That's a great question. You think it would be 50 meters?
Yeah, so you're totally within range.
Yes.
And Scylla assist in any way?
Could
That's a
hold.
good question.
You
we're
could
gonna have to
hold
figure
the
out, too.
reins, maybe.
No, she couldn't.
You know what though? I think that's a thing too, right? Okay, so you're at a medium range, which is a -2 according to this,
Cool.
and then you're also doing a called shot,
Yeah.
which I think we've got to give this a fairly bad called shot. So I think we're going to be at an additional -4.
Oh shit!
So you're only at -6 to shoot a wheel, which says nothing about how effective it's going to be.
True. Hans, I appreciate how Hans always encourages me.
I mean, I don't want you to not do this. I want you to shoot a carrot.
Yeah, you definitely want me to.
I'm on
Okay.
board. Yeah.
Okay. Why not? You know, you gotta live life.
I mean, plus you're so far away. What else are you gonna do? Shoot? Yeah, you wouldn't shoot Juno. That's not even worth it.
No, we're not doing that. If anybody does that, I will be so upset. Okay.
Okay, so you're trying to hit a 20, and you've got a -6.
Great.
Shit! Oh
I
shit!
don't even know if I don't think I can get that.
Is that
You
even
could
right? Did I
crit.
make that? Let's see if that even makes sense. I'm gonna try and look at this one more time and see if
It's
that thing
fine.
I said
It's
makes
totally
sense.
fine. I
It's a
could
weird
crit.
thing.
I do have a reroll.
Yeah, no,
Damn,
let's
the
make it. It's,
This is
it's a
good.
20, but it's just -4. 'Cause
Okay.
It doesn't make sense to double up where the modifiers are.
Gotcha. Okay, let's try it. You know, let's
I
try
didn't know
it.
that we had this this vocal track when I threw
I
this in.
love
That's why I
it.
listened to the
I
vocal
It's
love
track.
great.
it.
I just wasn't expecting it.
I love it.
We've got like the
so
soul of
much.
Valkyries going in the background here. Okay.
So I entered medium range, so I still need to add a -2. Then,
Yeah.
if it'll. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, is that what this is?
I crit!
So you get to roll another d10.
As I told Kenny yesterday, you got to play to win when we were discussing
Play
shooting
to
things
win!
with things.
Holy shit! Play to win!
31.
Okay.
What the fuck?
It's-
See, I told you could make it.
So here's the
said the
thing. I
crit.
want everybody to imagine
always
off
believed
stream,
it.
there's like a video game commentator, and the person's saying like, that's so dumb. Why would you shoot a hand crossbow at a carriage? That's not going to do anything. You're never going to hit that target. And if you do, it's not going to do it. And what's happening is the arrow hits, and at this point, like the wheel starts to wobble, and you just get like that great like, just have that like in the corner in the little like picture in a picture for like 5 minutes while this goes on. I am now going to make a vehicle control roll, which is what you do when you lose control of your vehicle. So let's see how this goes.
It's carriage, so you have a
Yeah,
-1.
it's a -1. See, now I knew that Lindy was going to be ready for this, so I actually copied all these rolls out into a separate table just in case.
Yes.
I wanted to have the appearance of being ready for this.
You are so ready.
We're so ready, Hans.
Thank
Killing
you, thank you.
it.
You all are so supportive.
We are.
Now we have a very well-trained assassin controlling this carriage, so that's the only bad news.
Totally.
And they're at -1. Okay, here's the good news and the bad news.
Okay.
The good news is you definitely hit that wheel, and it's still doing this thing. Like this.
Yes.
And we're going to impose a further -1 permanently on this vehicle.
Yes. That's hot.
However, yeah, it's good stuff. However, the good news is this assassin is also really good at holding on to this carriage.
Does Juno look back at me in like, ooh, like impressed?
Yes, that has to happen.
Yes.
That's the actual prize here.
It like
So-
flew by her really close, but obviously like I missed her on purpose.
And when she looks back, she has to do that thing where she keeps her hand on her head so her hat doesn't fall off.
Yes,
and
I
like
love
does
that.
the look over the shoulder.
Oh my god.
You just keep making these NPCs hotter and hotter and just.
I had such a specific brief when we started this show about what the NPC should be like.
We have a
So-
brand, and we stick to it.
We're here to maintain it.
That's right. That's right. We have to hit like K-drama levels of hotness at all times. Otherwise, why even bother?
All right, I feel really
So-
good about that.
It's good. Things went very well. Maybe we're more like the CW, I don't know. But we're going to continue on. Things are going good. We're riding down the road. I think we have to have a counter volley. Does anybody else have things they want to do as I prepare my counter attack?
Silen's just behind Maggie going, holy shit, you did it.
Oh my god, I fucking did it!
I really didn't think you did, but I'm really proud of you.
Thank you!
Just riding,
Yep.
trying to keep
Friend,
up.
this was
I
a
think
good
riding's good right
investment!
Okay, I'm going to prepare to shoot Lupa at this point now. So you've seen somebody is driving the carriage, but now the assassin that attacked Lupa personally in the bathhouse in our first episode of this scene leans out of the door of the carriage, and you see them training a larger than hand crossbow at Lupa and firing a shot. So this person, just so we're clear, is leaning like from the hips out of the window of this carriage, not stabilizing themselves on anything, like taking this big crossbow with two hands and shooting it at Lupa.
What we don't see is someone else in the carriage is like holding onto the back of their pants, making sure.
You can't give away the movie magic. That's just not how it works. Okay, I only rolled a 14 to shoot you with this right now.
God damn.
Okay. Okay, I got this. Okay. So I'm gonna try to parry
Just
arrows
throw
for the
Rose in
first
front
time
of
in
you.
this fucking game.
Move Rosen.
Yeah, so parry arrows is dex. A Witcher can roll parry arrows at a -3 to deflect physical projectiles. When parrying, the Witcher can choose a target within 10 meters. The target must therefore make a defense action against this. Basically, I'm just like, no thank you, arrows.
No,
Go
thank
away.
you,
Here's the thing.
arrows.
Here's the thing I'm realizing now about parry arrows. Does this mean you're going to hit somebody else with this arrow? That's what
You
it sounds
could.
like.
If I choose to do so. Otherwise,
Okay,
it's
okay.
Just
otherwise
deflect
it's just
it right back at them. That'd be great.
yeah. So I can
it's not gonna go
choose a
enough
target,
meters, yeah.
or I can.
It's
just
not gonna
kinda-
go enough meters, but maybe
Yeah.
soon.
But you know what? It'll be intimidating. I think we can definitely get that out of it.
Yeah. So let's try this. Why the fuck not?
This may be the only shot they get off this whole game.
I'm trying to figure out if I need to put in the mods. I think I do. Question mark.
We'll take a look at the
Yeah.
roll when it comes out. If not, we can figure it out.
Yes. I'll put it in just in case. 17.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to put that
Oh,
in.
you're
Cool.
still in there. Yep. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. What direction are you carrying the arrow?
I think. So let me get this straight. So there's the carriage, and then there's Juna, and then
Yep.
the three of us,
Yep.
or the three horses. Okay. I know I've been specifically told not to shoot or kill Juna, but I think it's one of those cases of, again, intentional missing, where it's like I could do this if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Kind of situations where it's gonna fly past her.
I think the good news, bad news situation is it's still 10 out of 18 meters, so you still have a little range. But it's definitely at the point where she could see the arrow going in her direction if you wanted her to.
Yeah, and I want the carriage to know that, like, I could do this if I wanted to. And if you want me to roll an intimidate check, I will.
I am totally fine with rolling
Lupa,
an intimidate
stop
check if you want.
flirting! That's my thing!
It's just like, what the?
So Juna is still looking back, holding onto her hat as she looks towards Maggie, and now the arrow goes flying towards her and falling short, but remaining very intimidating. I think that'll be good. Let's see. Let's see how we do as a thing. With a thing, intimidating. I think that qualifies as intimidating against Juna. So very nice, very nice.
It's also
Okay.
just a discouragement of her not to attack me, because I'm like, just let me focus on this.
So here's the good news. The carriages are slower than your horses. So as this protracted chase goes on, you are getting closer. Every round you're going to gain 3 meters on them. So in 9 rounds, you would catch up with them fully. The downside is, number 1, Juna is between you and them. Number 2, we are about to hit a curve in the road. So as you have now closed to being at about 12 meters from the carriage, and about, really you and Juna are keeping pace, but she's at about 6 meters from the carriage. With that in mind, you are now about to hit a curve. Here's how this looks. The road is going around to the left, and you can see there's a sharp bank to the right where it looks like it's going to drop down and go into some farmland. And that all looks really dry and kind of like clumpy. So it's like it's been tilled but left for a long time. And it's just down. And that's probably going to hurt if you go that way. If you go over to the left, on the left, there's a part where the bank rises and goes up a little higher. So there is potentially a jump shortcut here. You might be able to cross over this hill and catch up to the carriage.
Fast and the Furious,
So-
bitches.
I'm going to give you difficulty numbers so you can make informed decisions. If you want to just follow the curve, it's only a 15 to have a very nice like turn without a lot of complexity here as a control roll. If you want to jump over this shortcut, you're going to need a 25 because you're jumping over a hill with a
Yeah.
horse and trying
No,
to land on
totally.
the other side.
That's fair.
But if you decided that you got up there and then you decide to abandon it, you're going to have to roll a 20 if that doesn't go well. So, high risk, high reward. If you want to, you will catch the carriage now, but you will have to roll a 25.
No, not for me.
There's no reason you have to. There's absolutely no reason you have to.
I'm just saying, if Maggie wanted to do it, Sila is 100% with Maggie always. But if we fall, she's gonna complain for the rest of her life. But she'd 100% do it. You just have to deal with the complaining.
It's every bit of having a friend, period, in real life. That's great.
She will support you, but complain if it fails.
It would look so cool.
So cool.
What are you gonna do, Lupa? That face.
I think that they just want to stay steady and just follow directly behind. I don't think they just want to be like, all right, I'm just gonna keep the same distance and close in. And
Now, to be fair, I have to make the same roll for both the carriage and for Juno. So everybody's got to roll on this, no matter what.
Yeah.
yeah,
But okay. So nobody's taking the shortcut?
Lupa's definitely not. So
Bryn isn't.
Cool.
Oh, I would need to roll. I have a 12 total, so we'd have to roll.
A crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one said it was a great idea to try to jump over this hill. I just want you to know the hill is
So
there.
tempting.
I
though.
mean, you
You
put
put
it
that-
out in the
You
world.
put that
I
dangling
absolutely-
temptation in front of Maggie.
I absolutely know my audience for this. Okay, now the good news is the carriage is doing really bad going around this turn. As this is starting out, since they're the first ones there, I gotta roll a d6 to see how this goes. Ooh, dang. Okay, the carriage is skidding far enough that they are on the side of the road for a second. So no matter what, there's gonna be a loss of ground as this goes on.
Nice.
Let's see
Let's
how
just
Jenna
be normal, I guess, and be.
Now, I think here's the thing. I think now we are introducing more complexity to people who have to go around that corner because now you have a skidding carriage in front of you that's kicking up a huge cloud of dust. Juna is, of course, fine. She's doing great. Everything is great in life. But that carriage is having, like they've swung out and, like, one of their wheels went down into this rut and they're, like, trying to pull back onto the road. And Juna is right there behind them. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Who's up
yeah.
next?
Let's just go normal, I guess. Then
Let's have our
normal
roll.
riding.
That's fair. Oh, horses have a +2 control mod,
Yes,
so do add a
+2.
+2 to your
Oh,
roll.
cool.
Might change the math on going over the hill.
17. We good.
Oh no, Thrin!
Thrin!
I rolled a 2.
This is getting kind of complex out there. This makes sense. This is reasonable. Oh, I didn't roll for Rosen. That's my
Yeah,
bad.
roll for Rosent, and we'll see how
Rosen's a
this
good,
goes.
good lad.
Nice.
Look at him go.
He's got a very
It's
nice
just
class.
as I
He's been hanging out
expected.
with y'all. So we are on rolling for mount. If you fail a control check, you have to do a thingy. You have to, if you are on a mount, something happens to both you and the mount. Wow. So enjoy that part. Lindy, got to roll a d10, and then we'll do a separate d10 roll. You don't want to roll high.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
All
at
those
-1 for
years.
control checks until you grab your reins back up, and
Okay.
let's find out what's happening to Glucifer.
Could she have been at -10?
What's about -10?
Oh no,
Oh
Glucifer!
no, she could have gotten thrown off the horse. Oh no, poor Glucifer. Okay, so here's how this goes. You all are about to fall off the horse.
Oh no.
So
No.
let's imagine the scenario. We've got the carriage is pulled around the corner. It went like almost off the road and pulled itself back up, and there's this huge cloud of dust and clumps of dirt coming up in the sky. Juno like just puts her head down, holds her hat on, and rides through it. What's it look like? I guess I gotta do Rosen too. So Rosen like takes the turn and goes real close to the inside. So Rosen's just like cutting as close as you can, trying to get up to the front. What's Maggie's ride look like?
Just so smooth. Just wow, just so much control of her whole body.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You know?
Mm-hmm.
You
I
what
do
I'm
know. I
saying?
mean, I'm on board. I'm on this team.
Hans is my
Good.
biggest fan.
Right now, gotta be. So, Thrin, here's a problem that doesn't help you. So you like drop the reins, and I think what does not help is Gramelin grabs you around the waist as this goes on, like just suddenly like clutches onto you, and it's just like probably not something you want. Who knows? But with that, Glucifer is like right here at the edge, and the dirt's already been really roughed up by the carriage going off the road here, and Glucifer's leg goes out from under him, and then the horse just like starts tumbling down to the side. In this channel, we have already described all horses are fine during this chase scene. There is nothing bad that will happen to Glucifer. None of us want that. So what's going to happen?
What bad happens to to me and Gramelin?
What happens is you both have to fall down, and
Okay.
you're going to have to get back up on the horse.
Okay.
So we're not dealing with any horses falling on top of anybody or anything else that's terrible and very Sylvia Plath. We're just going to like wait, and everybody will get back up on the horse and ride off later on.
Yeah. The horses are
I
fine.
just whoop me and Gramelin. I imagine we just kind of.
You guys are basically just at speed 0 for this round, and we'll have to deal with that next round. So.
Cool.
Okay, so we have had our first bump in the road in terms of how that goes. We're now going ahead, and you are all very able to see that in the future, very soon, this bank and everything like that, it's caused by the fact that you're about to go over it's not a river, it's a stream, but there's a wooden bridge that's coming up in the distance that has fairly high handrails, side rails, whatever. But as you're going through it, there's like a bridge that's designed for carriages and horses to cross, and that's the reason that we're starting to see all this bank situation. So prepare for bridge in the round after this one. What do you want to do right now? We've got the carriage directly after we've got Juna. I think Rosen caught up pretty well there. So Rosen's pretty close, like within a parry arrows at the carriage distance. So let's say 10 meters. And then Maggie could be right there as well.
Cool.
Okay, so we're 10 meters away from the carriage. What do you want to do?
What does
Rupa has no long range at all, so this
Right.
is just a matter of just waiting for something to happen or to catch up.
I
So,
get you. I know what you need. I will shoot another arrow at you so that you have something to parry at me.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Hans, I know what you need. You need me to shoot you with an arrow, right?
She just said this. Anyways. We got this. So, and that will just be at a close range. So that's very reasonable. Okay, shoot Lupa, shoot Lupa, shoot Lupa.
Shoot Lupa, shoot
Okay,
Lupa.
a 14 to shoot at you with a crossbow.
All right, we're gonna roll
Same
this
one
again
last
and see how this works. And this time it actually has to be a defense roll. 16. So yeah, you have to make a defense action against the witch's parry arrows roll or be staggered by the flying projectile.
That's gonna have to be a dodge. I don't see what else you would do while you're leaning halfway out of a carriage like a maniac. Okay,
Oof.
good news. So the assassin leans out, points the crossbow, shoots. Lupa, which sword is this? How's this going?
I think it's just the normal steel one, and I
Okay.
think it's just a matter of trying to parry as close to the assassin, and it likely just embeds into the carriage next to the window.
Yeah. I want to imagine like the very cool like bullet time Hong Kong effect you get though, where
Yes.
like the arrow head gets hit. It's like the arrow like spins around 360 degrees in the air. And it just goes. right back at the assassin, who just like leans their head out of the way and it goes into the like casement of the window.
Since this is all roughly happening at the same time, when the assassin leans out and does all this, can I take a shot at the assassin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So like, dodge out of the way. I also function as a distraction. That's cool.
I mean,
Multifunctional,
realistically,
Lupa.
yes.
Alrighty, let's do this. Is this close now? Close
It is
range?
Close. No, this is still. Yes, you're right. Close range.
Okay, cool. I am gonna aim for an arm. So I'm
Okay.
putting that in. I'm inputting that.
Just as a reminder, this assassin.
Oh my god!
Yannon. Oh my. Okay, there's a possibility that I.
That's
will
my
dodge that.
girl.
I did not possibly dodge that. So you're gonna shoot
That's a
her in the
crit,
arrow.
too.
That is a crit.
That's your second 31.
Big crit.
Like,
Yeah.
I think you're at a.
Silas, that's my best friend.
That's what you shout from over her back.
Yep,
Right in the
yep.
source. Okay, so let's roll damage and a complex critical.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Take the damn arm.
Seriously. Assassins need both their arms.
10.
10.
The
Okay, so
base.
that's the damage roll.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. You have to roll a complex critical, which is 2d6s, and you know what? Let's just roll 1d6 because almost none of these make sense for arms.
Great.
Let's just pick the arm one. How about we just pick the arm one?
I love picking the arm one.
You know what? You were right within the arm region. So this blow fractures the arm, and they are now going to take a -3 to actions with that arm, such as leaning out of a carriage and shooting a crossbow at Lupa. So
This is the best use
that's
of
fine.
so many crowns in any game. Thank you,
Honestly, I mean,
Thread.
it paid for itself, hasn't
When
it?
you invest in the disfortunate, this is what happens.
So, with all of that business out of the way, we know that we are now getting to the next round, which is crossing the bridge.
oh boy.
Yes. So for Maggie, let's have Maggie imagine, or let's have Lauren imagine as Maggie, that this is where Juna turns, hat still like
Yes,
this,
incredible.
lets it go. So the hat just like blows off in the
Oh my
wind
God, yes.
and like reaches down. This is where she just like throws open the side of her saddlebags,
Yeah.
and some tiny little balls all start falling out into the road behind her.
Oh my god.
So if you want a challenge, you just got
I'm
your
so
challenge.
attracted to her.
She just throws what is possibly like, 150 ball bearings
Yeah.
into the road.
Yeah. We gotta.
So
Yeah.
we have a bridge, we have a ball bearing type trap, and we've got to cross the bridge. If you want to go over the bridge, there is no roll except for the fact that I just introduced that difficulty. If you would prefer, you can ride down the bank and go through the stream, which is a simple roll, unless you're trying to overtake the carriage crossing the bridge, because there is enough, like, you could try to get around, because this is going to do a little curve again. That would be a difficult roll, which I believe is a 20,
Why do you keep tempting me?
because that is how you play games.
It's right after you feel so empowered from the critical too.
Yeah.
I can get another one. I can do it.
I could do it. I'm
So
sure I
let you all
could.
think about that for a second, but
Okay.
real quick, I want to flash back to Thrin and Gramelin, who are getting up. How's this going?
It's fine. It makes Thrin really glad she was wearing her travel clothes.
Sure.
Because they're a mess now. I think she helps Gramelin up first.
Yes.
That's
and
that's
then-
very nice. And Gramelin like dusts himself off in this like very awkward fashion.
Uh-huh.
Now, what's the game
And
plan
she's been
for
like-
team?
Whoops.
Yeah. How is team Thrimelin gonna handle this? Are we gonna get this horse up and go fast? Or are we just gonna like continue on at a very reasonable pace? Like, what's the plan here?
I think it's gonna be I don't think it's, again, breakneck speed is not her strong suit, as evidenced by this turn. So I think it's It's more than just a reasonable pace, but it's not like pushing Lucifer to the max.
Okay, because if we want to just go down to like a normal, like a regular speed, not a run speed, we don't have to make any control checks at all.
I think she'll try once more, just so she's not separated from the group.
Okay, sounds good. So with that in mind,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't, at this point, you don't have to do anything, and the bridge isn't even a thing for another round, so
Yeah.
you've got plenty of time.
I get to see how their decisions go first now and then wait
Exactly.
to see what I decide to do.
Smart.
So here's what we've got. We've got, if you're going across the bridge, now that there are ball bearings being thrown all across it, it's going to be difficult. If you go through the stream, that will be simple. If you go through the stream and try to catch up to them, you can do that with a difficult roll.
Okay.
So basically, I'm encouraging lots of difficult rolls.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Lupa, do you have an opinion on what Rosen should do?
Lupa wants to stay on this carriage's ass
Can
right
I-
now.
Hans, feel free to shoot me down.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in
Go.
all of
With
this,
arrows?
could I like? Who knows at this point? Could I roll an awareness to see if they are like just planning on, if they're planning on trying to like actually have a real fight, or if they're just planning on like leading us to Novograd and this is just you know what I'm trying to say? Like, is this
I
just
absolutely do. Yeah.
like if this is
sounds
going
like a
to
human
peter
perception
out?
roll. Yeah, I mean, you want to know, is this serious? Like, are they really trying to get you to
Could
catch
I
them?
tell Maggie
Or-
let's just stop, take a breath, and then let's continue Novograd without this fight? Yeah. What role would that be? Would that be awareness or?
If you want to see what they're doing, I think it's human perception.
Yeah.
If
Human
you're trying
perception,
to convince
okay.
Maggie, I think that's a different cause. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do human perception. A 22.
Nice.
29. I do not think this is a strong suit for them trying to get away from what Sila knows, so my scroll is way up there. Okay, so you have handily beaten them. And in thinking about how this looks, this is definitely one of those things, if they wanted to get away from you, like there have been so many opportunities, they could drop those ball bearings immediately, etc. And only one of them is shooting at Lupa ever. This is definitely like a goading situation.
Okay, yeah, I think in like the middle of Maggie like taking this pause to make this decision, Silas just like, this is horseshit. I'm tired of this fight. Let's just back off and let them go. We can finish this in Novograd after we've rested and got our bases back around us.
What?
They're not even trying. If they wanted us in a serious position, they could have had us moments ago. We're doing more harm
counter-
to ourselves. You'll
Would like
see
to
your
make the
little
counterpoint that if you
assassin.
roll a 25, you can pick up that hat on the road as you do this.
You'll see your little assassin lovely very soon, I'm sure of it.
No, what if aren't we trying to rescue someone?
I doubt they're going to kill her. They don't want anything to do with her. They want
Friend
Lupa.
really wants us to rescue her.
And we'll do it. They don't want anything to do with a little girl. They want Lupa. We have what they want. Just back off. We're wasting time and resources.
Can I just shoot the carrot one more time?
I mean, Silo wouldn't be able to stop you if you wanted to do it out of frustration and anger.
We should... Lupa, stop! We stop before the bridge.
Okay. Rosen stops.
That's right, Rosen. You. Squad.
I want art
Continues
of Rosa
on.
and Lupa on that horse so bad.
Just like Lupa, like so big behind Rosen.
Behind
Flexing.
carrying an arrow.
Yeah.
So, as all that's going on, Juna turns and makes a blowing a kiss motion at Maggie, and they continue riding on towards Novograd.
Told you so. We're not interested.
No, that's what I said back there.
Thrin and Gramelin catch up.
Hate being right. Hi, friend.
Everyone all right?
Where'd the carriage go?
We decided.
I may have fallen off a horse.
Oh, are you? I almost said, are you all right? You all right?
You need a boot.
Are you all
mean-
right?
I'm fine. It was just more embarrassing than anything.
Well, no one saw it, and Gramelin doesn't count.
Gramelin
can't
fell
Gramelin.
himself. It's not like he'll tell anyone because then he has to admit he also fell.
We were doing so well.
We weren't going to catch up with them.
I was gonna. Okay, listen. I was going to jump over the stream, so we might have caught up with them.
I believe in you, Maggie.
You should. Did you see that? It was incredible.
We should get to Novograd and make a plan for all of this excitement in Lupa's life.
To restrain self from making an elderly joke.
I think at this point Lupa's kind of like hopped down and like he started kicking away some of the ball bearings just to clear like the space, and also to vent out some frustration, I guess. Thrin knows that this is kind of like Lupa has all this energy and doesn't know where to put it, so it's just gonna be doing what seems like it's just useful, but it's really, you know, kicking the ball bearings maybe a little too hard kind of situation.
I mean, it's nice because
Fuck
other people
this ball
aren't using
bearing
this
in
bridge area.
particular.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a hat on the ground.
Oh, I get
Sila
it.
will go. I was Sila's gonna go pick it up for
Yes.
Maggie.
Yes. Is
Gonna bring
there,
it back to Maggie.
is there
and just
anything
like,
in it?
This is for
No,
you.
no, just it smells good. Clear patchet, black sail. That's what I'm looking for.
Mm.
Yep. So you've got the what is it, Anne Bonny hat?
Oh,
Yes.
that's a good hat. Yeah.
I put that. Oh,
It's
like-
very
ooh.
stylish.
that's
One
what.
side is bent up. Yeah.
That's what. We'll say that's what Void Smoker gave me last week with the armor. Except it's now this hat that can
Oh,
never
yeah,
be
so, I
taken
mean-
from me.
That's fair. Yeah, all the buff bonuses have now transferred to your new hat you just put on.
Yes. I look really good.
You do. It looks rather fetching on you.
Did you see that?
Hey.
I shot out the wheel and then I fractured that person's arm.
You were amazing today. I wasn't stopping you because of anything you did right or wrong, Maggie. We were never going to catch up with them. This wasn't a real fight. We need to be on equal ground with them if we're going to take them. Right, Lupa? I'm actually speaking something coherent for once.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. It's just she's a hard woman to get on the same footing on. She's got what, 50 years of criminal experience.
Ooh.
I
That's nice.
have a vague plan that's been brewing ever since the first attack, and I knew we were going to Novograd. But we have to get to Novograd, and I have to make sure that my parents' health still stands before I even say it. So I didn't want to get anyone's hopes up. It involves our fancy clothes.
Yay.
Right?
And
We have to get there alive and not with any broken bones from a carriage chase that we were never meant to win.
yeah, we were never meant to win, but we might have.
I'm sure you would have jumped the stream down.
Yeah, totally would have. Easily. Zyla, how are you at riding? Like basics, like just trotting.
When I was 6, I was thrown off of a horse and broke my collarbone, and I've been terrified of horses ever since. So not
Check
good.
my collarbones.
Yeah.
Sila has a 0 in riding.
Yeah. How's Lupa's riding?
Good. They're
Lupa!
yeah.
Okay, we're switching things up. Grimelin go with Lupa, Rosen go with Sila, and I'm gonna ride with Fryn for a bit.
Lupa's brow raises.
Sila looks devastated.
It's fine. You got Rosen. Everyone makes such a big deal of him all the time.
Just pouts and walks over to Rosen.
Rosen looks awkward, but like,
What can he
takes
do?
control of the reins, yeah.
He's capable. Yeah. And as we get up to go, at a very normal pace, Maggie kind of turns over her shoulder to Fryn. Are you all right?
Yes, just a little dirty, a little dusty is all from the fall.
You've been pretty quiet ever since we left Oxenfurt.
Just had some things on my mind is all. Did some research into your cousin Magda's fiance before she was almost married.
Mhm.
Apparently he's a 3-time widower. The last one fairly recently.
Was this the one she wanted to marry or the other one?
Yes, the
Ah.
one she wanted to marry.
Huh. And he currently resides in Novograd.
Yes, I believe so.
Anything else been on your mind?
You can't see because Thread's sitting behind.
Yeah.
She makes a face,
Yep.
kind of a bit. She goes, nothing worth going into right now.
Why not?
I have some more mulling over I need to do first.
Alright. I just wanted to check on you.
I'm doing all right. Been better, but I mean, haven't we all?
I mean, I feel pretty good. I mean, I guess technically, yes, I have been doing better. But I felt pretty good about all that. You should have seen it. I know you couldn't because of the fall, but it was pretty
I did see
cool.
you shoot the wheel. That was
Mm.
fairly impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're good with a crossbow.
Yes. Surprisingly. I like it.
Well, good. Hope you get a lot of use out of it.
We ride quietly on.
That's so fair. So do we have any other exciting chatter going on? I feel like Rosen probably doesn't have much to say.
Well, Sila's pouting
ever.
the whole time. She wouldn't say anything anyway.
Yeah, Rosen doesn't know how to do anything with that, so we will just
Bless him.
assume that horse goes along quietly.
Wait, what did
Grimelin-
Lupa and Garmelin talk about,
Yeah,
though, is what
I was
I
just
need to
thinking the same
know.
Funny.
So we have already figured out. We know Lupa's doing the driving.
Yes.
Yeah. Lupa is not instigating any conversation.
Gramelin, of course, and is also doing his best not to touch them in any way. So just like hands down at the sides as he rides on his horse. So
No
Gramelin just
wonder
says,
he fell.
"Now, Lupa, are you this popular everywhere you go? It seems like these people have been trying to kill you for quite a while." Is there just ear emoting going on?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just like, I think it's very purposely the ears are turned away from him. So that it's just facing forward.
This Marjorie Lalvin that we're going to be facing in Novograd. This is the Marjorie Lalvin that I've heard of, correct? The infamous crime lord lady? Crime lady? Anyways, quite old for a human as well, if I recall.
Yes.
So we're just going to ride into Novograd. And if I recall, in the last few years, she's somewhat important in the crime circles, moving her way up in what gangs count as what. We're just going to assume no more assassins are waiting for us.
I would not make any assumptions at this point.
We should get one more horse, I think, so that you could ride by yourself. And then in occasions like this where you're being shot at, all of us could just ride on our own.
Lupa hates that they sort of agree with this, but they do not voice it.
I think that's a good point for me to stop needling you for the remainder of this ride. So there's still like a good hour ride into Novograd. The good news is this fight really got you all going at a good pace, so you don't have to worry about this being a long ride.
Yeah.
So we arrive at around the lunch hour, and I would like to point out that inside the gates of Novograd there is a notice board. I would also like to confess I have prepared one thing on this notice board, because I have been told that the notice boards can be distracting. So with
Who
that,
told you that?
Only if it
no
involves
idea.
a goat.
see, the problem is you can't give very dumb side quests, like things that don't matter at all. Otherwise, people love them, and I know that's how things work.
Well, that's why they work so well on The Witcher.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
game,
I
you're like,
agree.
oh man,
Gotta do
gotta figure
that.
this out.
Every game.
What's
every
the
game
one
is
where
like that.
like the townsfolk have all been turned to like sheep or something? It's incredible. Oh my god, and the cheese one? Incredible. Incredible quests.
First in the games, I've never finished it. So we are writing in, and there is one note which is on the notice board, which is literally on top of all of the other notices, like in a very pointed fashion, and it is stuck there with what looks like a rather long hairpin.
Mm-hmm. What does it say?
It says Lupa,
Ah.
and it looks like it was written very fast in a scrawl with a charcoal pencil.
God, I love them. I would join their gang if I were.
Is it literally just my name and there's nothing else to
It
it?
just says Lupa. Yeah.
I was going to put the hairpin in her hair.
Okay, and you pick up the note, and as it flutters to the
Probably
ground, there is something
poison.
written on the back.
Yeah, she'll pick it up and hand it to Lupa.
Yep.
What's in that?
It says the Solemn Writ, and Solemn and Writ are both capitalized.
Okay. So this is a hey, come have a conversation with us at this place alone feel.
Nope. It's 3 words. All the rest of that is context.
Yeah, I know. But when you've got
You're
a fucking
blind.
crime grandma
Hi,
on
Grandma!
your ass.
Yep.
So I think they take it. There's a little bit of a huff before they shove it into their bag.
So let's discuss Novograd. This is the largest city in the north. It is a free city where commerce happens everywhere. It is also the head of the Church of the Eternal Fire.
Yep.
And it is possible that King Radovid and almost everyone who is a noble in Redania is here somewhere in this city. King Radovid's probably not here. He's probably back in Tredegor, but it's possible. You never know. I think it happens during Witcher 3, right? So all this stuff is going on. There's a huge harbor area off to your left as you're imagining the shore. It's far enough away that you can't see it, but close enough that you can smell all the delightful-ish harbor smells. And then as you're by these front gates, you're not in any way the only people coming through. I think seeing this notice board is very easy because it's outside of the town, like on the road. But then as you get towards this gate, there's probably 70 other people who are coming or going as you're doing all of this. And many carriages, all the roads have converged at this point, all the good stuff's happening. So I probably have my areas turned around. I want to say you're going to be in the area called the Bits, but I could be wrong about that. That might be in some other area. Please, it's in the east apparently, bordered by the city's walls to the east and south. So I'm okay, I think. I think I'm not doing terribly. So we are in one of the poorer areas of Novograd, and this is all that built-up European-style housing, where you have multiple levels of like like it was stone on the bottom, and then like wattle and daub or mortar or whatever that is as you go up. So it looks like it's wood-clad buildings. And it has city odors, which I'm sure are pleasant. And additionally, lots of people just shouting and trying to make a living and doing business everywhere you go. So please imagine a very busy city.
Nice.
What do we want to accomplish now?
Would you like to go have your meeting, Lupa?
Can we all come?
I don't see why not. I don't know how much we want to play into Malchalavin's hand or not. Or even what is her hand at this point.
So my plan is to throw a party in her honor.
Oh, yes, party.
I mean, who can resist a party, right? If she can, her assassins definitely won't. She'll send them. And if it's somewhere familiar to me, at least, we can set up traps. Have my family and servants there to help. We would have the upper hand.
And your family would be on board with this?
It's a party, of course they would.
I've been a bit out of the loop as to where exactly Malchalavin's social status lies. So, don't know how much of an explicit invitation it can be without it seeming odd.
My family's thrown parties for Ada. You'll see when you meet them.
I think there's a bit of the brow raise at that, but no further questioning on that particular line of thought. So I guess, do we want to plan all that out before I go and have a conversation, or?
It's your choice. It's your life on the line here.
Sure is. I'm sorry to have gotten all of you caught up in this. I don't even know why.
Well, according to you, you never wronged her, right? So I consider it an honor to help a friend.
I did nothing wrong except be there and not get out of the way, I guess. Or die.
Sounds like a crotchety old lady, so...
Well, when I first met her, she wasn't that, but who knows what she is now.
What kind of relationship did you have with her, Lupa?
Literally nothing. I did a job for her, came back, and she tried to kill me instead of paying me. I managed to get away, and then, I did some few other places and a few other things, and then went into retirement. And so I don't know what she's up to, and I didn't realize I was still on her list until we got into Redania. She holds a long grudge. I'll give her that.
Alright, so maybe, it's good if we are in the business of not walking into traps or riding into traps or jumping across streams into traps, then, yeah, maybe we go, see Sila's folks. Just as a counterpoint, if we don't go, she might send us, like, the girl's finger or something to be like, you're rude, so I'm gonna cut off your friend's finger. Again, this is just like what I would do if I were, like, a crime grandma. I would totally do that if you stiffed me.
Nice sometimes to have a inner window into your workings of your brain.
Yeah. It's like I'm a window through which you can see another window into the criminal mind.
Inner machinations of your brain are just amazing.
Thank you.
Quite fascinating.
Either option I'm fine with. Lupa, I think it's your call.
I think we have at least a few hours before anything happens or any threats. They don't know exactly when we came in.
Can
I
I
think
look
they're
around and see if anyone's watching us?
Well, the short answer is you are now in Novograd, so I would say there's probably at least 30 people watching you right now.
Totally.
Go ahead and make a human perception roll to see if any of them are important.
Cool. Love it. 19.
Cool.
I'll use a point of luck on that, actually.
Well, I mean, you can see what I oppose it with and see if it's any good.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're opposing. Gotcha.
Well,
I will use a
Yeah.
point of luck on it.
You had that. I don't know why I question you, right? You had that called. You knew what was going to happen.
I am psychic.
It's excellent. So the good news is you're watching and so forth. And yes, people are watching you. Specifically amongst other people, there is one of the beggars who sits on the corner over here on like a main street ahead of you that is watching you specifically very, very closely. But maybe not even you like Maggie, you like Sila. Like they are really watching Sila.
Oh, damn it.
Forgot.
There's so many things to keep track of.
Forgot.
We totally misled that other person, though.
Yep.
For those of you who have turned in midway through the season, Katie, would you like to explain yourself?
Why did you say it that way?
Would you like to explain yourself?
It's your backstory. I'm not going to do it justice.
Might have a ex-fiance arranged marriage that I faked my death to get away from here.
Other
No
thing
big
is
deal.
that you didn't fake your death universally. It was
No, just to him.
I just imagined this postcard coming to Eldon in the mail, that was like, "Dear Eldon, I am dead."
Don't look for me.
Kisses Sila.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Sila, maybe we should get to your folks' place, like, ASAP.
Yeah, Sila just looks around, not really getting it. It's like, oh, all right.
Yep. You've been spotted. You've been...
Like, motherfucker. Let's just go.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Lead the way.
Right.
Yeah, I think they don't live like in the really no nobility part of Novograd, like really rich, because they're nobility, but they're like outcast nobility. They're very strange people. But they do live in a nicer part of Novograd. Like they have an estate and everything.
Okay, I put them in Gildorf, but if we want them to be like slightly outside of the really good part, I'm gonna throw this in here because this is what I'm using as my Novograd reference if anybody needs this. But I put them in Gildorf, which is supposedly where the nobles live. But
Yeah, I'm fine. Probably
there.
like on the very
The
edge of
edge.
Gildorf. Yeah.
They could have one of those weird places where it's like overlooking that cliff that you can scale along and like get into people's backyards.
Oh, I
I
love
think that's
stuff.
something they're fine with anyways.
Yeah,
so-
come. So many party crashers. You're always welcome.
Just climb the
Well,
wall.
We'll see where things get when you get there, but right now, here's the fun thing. You get there, and it's like a reasonable ride through town, and of course you have to fend off people trying to beg from you and people looking at you sideways and all that, but it goes smoothly enough, right? And after a little while, you get to Sila's family estate, which has like a tall stone wall all around it. You can see elegant gardens. There's some topiary that's shaped and so forth. And it's like a long, low 2-story house, but there's this weird glass dome over on one part of the east wing. And there's a very large gate that 2 like liveried footmen are standing next to.
Yeah, I think Sila just tries to stroll past them.
Do you think that these guards have been here long enough that they knew who you are?
Sila's only been gone for, what did we say, Lauren? A couple years?
Yeah, like 4
Or
max. Like,
Yeah,
I've been
3, 4,
cursed
right?
for like 2.5 or something like that now, maybe 3.
yeah.
And that's about when we met, so maybe 3 years.
They probably vaguely recognize her, Hans, but like they'd probably have to stop her to recognize her. Like it would probably be a big deal. Yeah, a big ordeal. Like
Okay.
them like thinking she's just a passerby.
So I will be doing a random name generator as we do all this. This
Yes.
is stalling for time. As we're doing this, we get Sila going up to the gates. These 2 liveried footmen like step in front of her so pleasantly and politely. This is not a guard situation. This is a what is your name and your business type situation. And as they do that, the guard on the left is named Leon. I like that because it's easy to pronounce. And the guard on the left is named Victor. And they are both here looking at you. And after a second, Leon, who is apparently now the more clever of the 2 guards, has taken a second and recognized you. I'm writing on the wrong sheet. Give me a second to organize my notes in a way that will not make my brain hurt. And with that, they see the Lady Sila, and Leon like nudges Victor and says like, Lady Sila, and does an elegant bow.
No, lady.
Victor
no.
bows a second later.
No bowing. Stop it.
I am so sorry to inform you, your parents are currently resting.
All right.
That could mean so many things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sila knows it too.
They had a rather late night.
All right.
So
I'm just
hungover.
going to go inside.
Oh yes, of course. And they move and they like bring both the gates open. That very like it would be fast, but that wouldn't be proper fashion. And so they open elegantly in front of you.
You don't have to make a big deal about me being here. In fact, I would prefer you not make a big deal about it. I'm just home for a little bit. These are my friends. We're just going to come inside and take just rest for a little bit.
Victor is making a hand sign at the guards near, or the servants near the door. So there's probably going to be a small deal. And the gates are now closing gently behind you as they continue to stand outside.
Oh, Victor, Leon, if anyone comes looking for me, don't let them
Yes.
in. Make them wait.
Of course.
Good job. We're just going to... Come on, everyone. So I was just going to lead them inside.
Mhm. And there is a lady at the front whose name is now Margaret. I don't know. I don't like that hard T. It's Margot. She's going to be Margot. And she is one of the many staff that is here in the house. And she like has come running out the door past the door guards, door servants, and does like an elegant curtsy and looks at you all and says, Lady Sila, it's so good to see you. It's been so long.
Yes, it's been quite a while, Margot. These are my friends. This is Lupa, Gamelin, Rosant, Thrin, and Maggie. They have free reign of the place, of course. Make them feel at home. I'm going to go find my parents. I need to have a discussion.
They're still quite asleep, but maybe a bath. Maybe you'd like a bath. Maybe a bath and someone to comb your hair. And a change of clothing.
I'm quite all right.
You have like smudges of
Yeah.
road travel on you, of course, and that's about it. Yeah.
Can you get them set up in places to sleep, please?
Of course. And as the social barometer for this place, they have given no one a unusual look at all in any way. So, just as a note, in case anybody has not read the Twitch chat, Katie has pointed out all these topiary are in slightly naughty shapes. So enjoy that. That's apparently a thing that's going on right here. And yes, there
But
are
like
a
the
lot
kind
of
of naughty shapes you have to look at twice to be like, oh, okay.
As
It's
we
like-
enter into this hall, we're going to have like some nicely decorated vases that are tasteful, and we're going to have like a lot of nude portraits and so forth in this room. We'll find out how lifelike they are, or how like accurate to people they are as we continue on in this show. But I do
Simon!
think they are Sila's parents.
Simon!
Yeah, I think Sila's walked off a little bit ahead. She isn't listening to Margot. She's sort of heading toward like the master bedroom, and she stops and says, "What?
Is this a brothel?
No, this is where I grew up. This is my home."
But it...
The servant who is
This
near you-
explains a lot.
Lots of people think that, dear. Lots of people.
Okay, no, okay. I want to make sure, because, like, I didn't know. Great, cool.
Do you need some? I mean,
No,
it can be
it's because I
arranged.
didn't recognize it. It looks the same as the other place. But, like, fancier.
It is a lot fancier. Yes, thank you.
What is
Yeah.
the fancy smell in this house that's going on right now?
Oh, see, this is totally against Katie because I would have a migraine for the 84 years. But in
Yeah.
Me too.
Sila, it's like very cinnamon and like spice smelling, sort of like the spicy duck, but leaning away toward like the food. It's more like a
It smells
sweet
like
cinnamon.
sex. It smells like
Yeah.
sex in
Weird
here.
It smells like
Zeracanian
sex.
incense that they used to air the place out
Ooh.
after. whatever happened yesterday.
Yes.
I was trying to say it in a roundabout way, Lauren.
I
no
refuse.
point in this
The
house.
only
There's
way
no point
out
in
is
this.
through.
Lupa probably sneezes a couple times. Not as bad as the spicy duck, because it's not like
Yeah.
actual spices. But there's still probably a couple like
There are so
like,
many people that have to work here all day long that this is like, it's just like something has to be done, but we also don't want to have a migraine. I think at this point, everyone has acquired a maid. Like, just maids have appeared. And they're just maids, like, trying to find out what to do with you all. Like, someone's fussing over how Thrin is kind of dirty. It's like, oh, you poor dear, let's get you into a bath, and let's get you a change of clothes. Rosant and Gramelin are like standing here like this as they've been cornered off to the side as well. I think more Rosant than Gramelin. I think actually Gramelin's cool with it. I think Gramelin wants it.
Carmelon's probably in fucking heaven.
He's like, yes.
being
I'm okay
attended
with
to,
this.
like I would like to.
This.
Rosant
That's
doesn't wanna do
probably right.
This.
And then you're gonna go to the main bedroom.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the main bedroom.
While everybody else tries to figure out the nude portraits and suggestive vases and
I
sculptures that
love
are here
this.
in this main room.
I love this environment I've created. I'm like that meme of what's her name from Glee. It's, I'm going to create an environment so sexual for everyone.
Yep. Yeah, this house has like a very open layout, and there's like a grand escalier in the distance where it does that like two staircases that meet at a landing and go up. It's very big and very open. But then we go down the hall to the main bedroom, or the main bedchamber, and I think there's a sitting room, which you just have to kind of like blow through. And then there's a gigantic, there's got to be a gigantic bed, right? I mean, it's big.
Yeah,
Is it circular or is it square or what are we going
I
for
think
here?
it's a big square bed with like the curtains around it. It's like the curtain in bed that hasn't been
Yeah.
pulled back for the day.
Yeah, and there are some like chaise lounges in the back that if you were to look closely at the portraits that are on the walls in the front room, you would recognize. And yes, so many windows, right?
Yeah, when when Sila bursts in, she immediately starts pulling the curtains back on the windows and letting the sunlight in, and just goes, "Wake up! The prodigal daughter has returned. It's time for you to wake up. It's at least 12 in the afternoon. It's way too late for you to be in bed."
The two maids that bustled in with you begin opening all the windows with you as well, so that goes much quicker. Okay, so Sila's parents are cast. Do you want to spill the secrets, Katie? Should I say it? What are we doing?
So her mother, Iona, is Monica Bellucci, and her father, Igar, is Jeremy Irons.
And the two of them are like on this bed, like miles apart from each other because this bed is so large, but also just like barely tastefully covered with sheets. Like, I think like mom is
Oh,
like
it
in a
doesn't care.
pose like this,
Yeah.
and dad is in a pose like this, and they're just like totally passed out. It's just like terrible, and like there's clearly something going on because there's just like pillows everywhere. And so
It's great.
Jeremy Irons, dad Igar, like blinks his eye open and goes like, Sila, well, it's good to have you back.
Good morning. Good afternoon, actually.
Well,
I heard you had a
We
late
had-
night.
do you want to hear more about it? Because he starts sitting up, and like again, like the bed sheet is like really down now. At this point, he's like, so last night.
Scylla doesn't even blink an eye. Like it does not bother her whatsoever.
Yeah.
She's just like, nah, maybe later after some food and drink. You two need to get out and get dressed. I've brought company who might not be as comfortable as I am with the two of you. Just come on, easy to them, please.
Of course. They both sit up, and I think that they have a pair of matching robes that are very short. So they're like, like mid-thigh robes, but I think they're like dressing robes that they will wear for the next 8 seconds as they go and get dressed in a separate room. There's probably like a whole wardrobe off to the side. So
They're very lovely people. You're very lovely people, and you're all going to love each other, but just don't. No stories right off the bat. I'm going to go see that some food is prepared. You two get dressed.
now that Lauren's back, we gotta have like sleepy mom like tousle her hair a little bit like this, and then walk up and give Scylla a kiss on the cheek and like a side hug, and then like walk off into the wardrobe.
Wear more clothes than usual, please. And Scylla
Get like a this as they continue on.
Scylla walks out. She's going to go like make sure that there's some food prepared for everyone, you know, to meet her parents and everyone to be comfortable, hopefully.
I have a feeling that the staff is very used to having food on hand for that like surprise people showed up and no one was awake thing. So I think a cold luncheon is very within their capabilities. So how big is this dining table?
It's probably, I would say it's a very big dining room with a long dining table. Like, probably it's more rare for people to have sit-down dinners here than it is for there to be food left out for people to graze upon.
Yeah.
There
So
are probably
like
more tables elsewhere that people actually sit down at.
I think they often have like small meals with like maybe 6 people. So you're just enough people that they have to use the big dining room.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's like all of you in this colossal like 14-person table.
Everyone, these are my parents. This is Iona, my mother, and Igor, my father. These are my friends. This is who I have been traveling with these past few years. Lupa, Rin, Maggie, and then we've recently picked up Rosent and Garmelin.
You have a look prepared for either parent at this point, Katie?
Not really. I think Scylla's giving them more like don't let the first thing out of your mouth be a flirt with with any of them. Let it at least be the second thing.
They're good parents, right? They would never do that. So I think Mana. Okay, so I will use character names. I will get this in my head. Let's go back to this. So we've got Igar and Iona. So we've got Iona is wearing like a white dress that starts here at the bottom of her shoulder, and it's just got like a very low cut, and hair is just like back and down, super straight, and the longest earrings humanly possible. So they are touching both shoulders, like on her clavicle, right? So, and like real dangly, like lots of gem type things, like diamonds. Walks over and kisses every single person on the cheek. Just like hands on the shoulders, kiss on the cheek. Very chaste, but still.
I think you actually see Lupa just doing like the, don't touch me, don't touch me. Don't
When
touch
she
me.
gets close to Lupa, Scylla's eyes just get, oh no. Please don't make my friend uncomfortable.
There's a certain mom energy about it. If Lupa declines, I think it's just in the air, but still like it would be a physical contact.
Yeah, I think it's still just like Lupa. Just, you know, when you see a very big person in a very small space, and they kind of like, dude, that's what's happening here. Except the small space is weird social constraints.
Yeah.
There's just not a person doing that.
So is there contact or is there not physical contact?
No contact.
Okay, yeah, because Iona is very good at reading body language. So I think it's just like from 6 inches away from Lupa to either side, and a pretend kiss on the cheek. That way you don't look singled out in any way. Jeremy Irons is wearing very tight trousers and then a shirt that is open like almost to the middle of his clavicle with like a wide collar. And just like walks in and comes in like, it's so good to have you all joining us here at our home. This is such a entertainment. And just like goes and sits down at the head of the table without making any further comments.
As I said, these are my parents. Welcome to my home.
The wine glasses are like this big here. Like there's a lot of wine in these wine glasses that you're having for lunch, by the way.
It's like one of those really tacky ones that like that have obviously a plastic with the gold rim, and like in a modern day they would have some form of writing on it. Like,
Oh yeah, mom is totally a live, laugh, love mom.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh no.
So enjoy. And we're all having lunch together. Gromelin is like, the smile on this fake Conchald's face is like past his ears at this point, as he's just like enjoying everything that's happening in life. It's so good.
Embarrassing.
Rosen has turned a permanent like peach shade. He's not red. He can't be red all day, but he is like this and just like being so polite and totally out of his element.
You know, Sila, this explains a lot.
I've heard that multiple times, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thrin looks over at the parents and is like, "It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Lovely home you have."
Iona, I think, very politely says, "Oh, you're such a dear. It's a very nice house. It's so, it's so much work to keep up, but it's worth it."
We're very comfortable. Fuck off.
There's just enough space to do what we want to do.
Oh my god, no!
I hate what I've created.
Can you give me enough notes? I feel like I got the vibe down real quick with this too. And with Thrid talking, Igard is kind of like, "Oh, you're so kind."
Just like that. So, since I'm so good at social conversation, right. So, you may have Sila's ex showing up here.
Oh, we see Eldon 2 or 3 times a week at least. He
What?
just comes in. Well, he likes to check in, since you died and all of that. And then not
You
dying,
have been-
you know how it goes.
You have
Well-
been telling him that I'm dead, right?
No, we figured it out 2 years ago, I think.
She looks at her mother. I told you specifically to keep telling him that I'm dead.
Mom walks all the way over to you, sits down in the chair next to you, holds your hand between 2 of her hands, and says, "Sila, it could only go on for so long. He was so clearly aware of what was happening."
No, he's not. He's an idiot.
No. He's an idiot, but he figured it out. Someone had to
Because
tell
you
him.
told him.
We just confirmed what he already knew. I mean, you sent us postcards, letters, we knew. Not postcards, that's terrible.
Riding from Tredagore.
Yes!
Dear Mom, as I am not dead, here's a letter from me.
He had basically a warrant out for me.
Yes, he was very concerned about you and what you might be doing and why you felt like you needed to tell him you were dead. He's fine. He's a fine boy.
You know
You
what?
don't have to marry him. You don't have to do that. If you don't want to, no one's going to make you do that.
He's after me.
Well, honestly, dear, and she's holding your hand again with 2 hands, he should be.
That's not reassuring in the way you think it is, Mother.
No?
No, it's not.
Do you know how many men were after me?
You've told me many times, and you picked that one.
How many?
And now, still holding your hand, just drops it and turns over to Maggie. Oh, dear. So many men. So many men. I could have picked any man that I wanted to in Redania, in Aedern, and you name it. But this one, and then she points over to her husband, Igar, and she goes, "This one is the best one."
She was known as the Maiden of the Free City. And she wasn't really a maiden.
So what? You know what? Everyone's a maiden sometime.
All right. What, father, what do you know about Module Alvin?
So here's a really interesting thing. I think you need to make a human perception check immediately.
Ooh.
When was the last time you had a frank conversation with your mother? That's
Yeah,
the real question.
like, has she ever? Don't think so. Okay, human perception.
Anybody else who would like to human perception this, feel free to human perception this.
I'm gonna use a reroll. That's so low for me.
Yeah, up human perception.
Let's do it. Let's have a
Yeah,
party.
23.
Nice. Let's have a roll
Just waiting
party.
to see if there's any other rolls coming in. Yep.
20.
Nice. Is Lupa gonna do this?
Lupa's too uncomfortable to do this.
Gramellan.
Lupa's trying to keep it
inward.
together.
That was Gramellan's roll there.
Ugh.
And this
Get your own number.
This is Iona's roll. Oh dang, why did I do this? Okay, so here's a fun thing that's happening.
Even I can tell.
Yeah, Sila, you have talked with your mother so many times, and their way is so dismissive and like they always casually roll everything off. You've been gone a while, and you've been talking to a lot of people who lie professionally for a while now. And with that now, you're starting to realize your mom just is about to lie to you. As she goes, "Who's Marjorie Alvin, dear? Is that someone you met?"
Isla had this like flippant look on her face, but I think her eyes go dark, and she says, "Are you involved with Marjorie Alvin?"
Your dad says, "Don't play with her, darling. Don't play with her. Just tell her what she's obviously learned a lot out there in the world. This is fine." And your mother goes, "Darling, you really shouldn't be out there
Thought you were
dealing with people of that social caliber. You shouldn't be dealing with criminals that are so common."
Yes, you should not be dealing with criminals at all, Sila. It's bad.
Are you dealing with this common criminal, mother?
No, darling, no. And your dad goes, look, it's very simple. Marjorie Alvin, she's fairly just like a crime crime lady. And there's a lot of those out there, but we tend to deal with a more refined status of person. In short, we know exactly who Marjorie Alvin is, but our work is very different than her work. Now your parents have jobs, apparently.
Sorry, what is you work?
Gramellan over at the side goes to Sila, "I think your parents are spies."
We clearly have a lot to catch up on in the 3 years I've been gone. A lot has happened here.
Your mother turns to your father and says, "I think we should tell her about the family business."
Has there always been a family business? Is that what my brother's off doing?
Oh, no. Your brother's not cut out for work like this. He's very cut and dry kind of boy. Doesn't understand the subtleties of all this, I don't think. But let's all of us go. Honestly, I'm quite comfortable here. There's no reason to take this into the parlor. Let's just sit here. Your friends already know all of your secrets, I assume, since they know you're not dead.
What secrets are you keeping from me? I knew I was a little strange growing up, and I had a very close relationship with my parents, closer than much other young children did. I thought we were very open with each other. I told the two of you everything.
Your mother is now patting your back like this.
Oh my God.
She says, Sila, it's nothing serious. Just your father and I, we come into so much information in the work we do. It's only natural to make sure that information goes to the right people.
Spies! Garmellan's right!
I knew it.
Shut up. His name is Conrad. Controlled, not Conrad. Controlled.
I already introduced him as Garmellan.
It's good. It literally will not matter. It's so good.
been spies?
Well, your dad goes like, well, probably since your brother's 30. How old are you now? 32, you said? Your
She's
brother's
like 42.
Hey, Muggy. I'm 32.
40, 45 years, something like that. Just
Sila's just going to stand up very gracefully, push your chair under the table. She's going to walk out of the dining room, probably heading toward like a garden area. She's pouting again. She's pouted a lot today.
It's like her
your mom
superpower.
turns to everyone. Yeah, she turns to everyone and says, you know what? She's right. We should have told her much earlier about our work. She could have really gotten more involved, but she's such a good girl. Such a good girl all the time. Do any
Yeah.
of you need anything? Did you want to go in the gardens as well?
No, I don't really pout much these days. I just had a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know a place called the Solemn Writ?
Igar goes, oh, that's Marjorie Alvin's new establishment. She took that over from another crime lord fairly recently. It's just a small tavern. Very funny name, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Is that nearby or?
Oh, no, definitely not. You'd be in the bits. You'd have to go all the way back out towards the eastern side of the city.
Oh, good. Good. So, it's good wine.
Yes, this is just common everyday wine, just for, like a luncheon, not for later. I trust you'll be joining us later when we have our party tonight.
Oh, there's a party, is there?
I hope you'll all be joining us. We would love to have you be part of our party tonight. It would be an elegant event. We'd love to have you here.
Oh, great. I think what might make Silas stop pouting is if, maybe you invited this person whose name I can't really pronounce in this accent, Marjorie Lauvin. There we go.
Marjorie Lauvin, we are one of our parties. Yeah, well, that's fine. We could do that.
Yeah, I think it would make Sila really happy. I think she'd be in a great mood. Maybe you could not invite her ex-fiance. Would also probably make her happy.
Iona is suddenly holding a knife and opening an oyster
Oh.
as this is going on, just so we're clear. As she goes like...
I was like, what?
Why would there not be oysters at this table?
I
There are
hope so.
oysters
I'm
at this
gonna
table.
eat
We know
them.
this, right?
Yeah,
And
Thrin
she
is all
goes, like,
about those oysters.
flip with this, and the oyster like goes flying open very quickly. She goes and points the knife at Maggie. Marjorie Lauvin, I think, might be interested in my husband. Of course, look at him.
No, I get it. I'm like very into your two's vibe. Your whole thing. I love it. So that would be great. That's a good in, right, to get her here. If you're into that.
I'm fine with it, but also for her, I don't know that I like her.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that he should go through with it. I'm just saying, like, it might be a good way to get her here.
Also, I like what you've done with your hair. And with this, she eats a raw oyster.
Thank you.
Lupa had no idea what to do.
I think I just pass Lupa some
Frozen
oysters.
next to Lupa, just like this.
And just like pass some oysters down. Like just
Uh-huh.
have a snack.
Gramellan like takes the blade. This is such good entertainment for Gramellan.
Everyone's loving this shit. Like,
Oh yeah. Thrin's
So-
Thrin's secretly like looking at him like, see, I knew you enjoyed hanging out with us.
One of the maids walks over towards Lupa and says, "Dear, would you like to see your rooms and maybe a bath?"
yes.
They like help pull your chair out from behind
Oh my
you.
god,
and, like,
Lupa's just like,
release you out of the room.
good.
Oh, we'll see you later for the party. It's no problem at all. And Igar stands up as you leave the room and then sits back down.
You know when a dog is casually dragged across the floor when they're like not expecting to? That's what's happening here. They're like,
The maid's like not in any way touching you, but just like gently coaxing you out of the room. It's okay. There are a lot for so many people. It's all right. A lot of people have this reaction.
right. I think it's gonna be kind of confused. They're like, they don't seem surprised by my appearance.
I don't think. The thing is, they're very passionate, but they're very accepting. Come on, I'll show you where your room is. It's just down this way, down the hall.
Rupa had questions, but they will not ask them as they're being
That's probably
led.
for the best.
Such a good idea. Such a good idea.
Oh god.
We had a bit of what would you call it? An interaction on the road here, and some of our clothes got really. Look at my friend here. Just like we got kind of mussed about, and if there's a party tonight and we want to blend in, right? Do you have anything we could borrow?
Okay, so as a cutaway, we see Monica Bellucci as a figure, and then we see Igar. So we've got Iona and Igar. I think they're very different body types than say Maggie and Thrin. And so they look at each other for a second, look back at you, and Igar says, "Oh no, definitely not. I don't think there's anything. Maybe for that lad over there. He and I look like we're around the same size." He says, looking at Rosent. Rosent is clearly a little bit bigger than, and then with that, Iona looks over at Joel and says, "No, we're definitely going to have to send for a tailor."
God, so smart.
There's no way. You have such a lean physique. So lean. I think you're going to have to. You'll need something custom made, I think.
Makes sense.
And your friend, she needs something elegant.
She does. She looks great in elegant clothing.
She's just 6 oysters in.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're Skellige oysters.
Your other friend, he looks like he could use something daring. He needs a little more, something with he needs more style in his wardrobe.
I agree, honestly. Maybe a haircut.
And what's that other one? Lupa?
Mm-hmm.
They need something special. Do they wear armor all the time?
Mostly. I think they prefer
Mostly.
to have it on, especially if there's a crime lady coming around.
I actually like that a lot. Maybe just some nice armor.
Yeah. Smart.
Silent in the meantime is in the garden, throwing
She's
leaves
just
in the air.
angrily pulling up plants, just pouting. Fucking stupid parents are telling me their secrets.
There's probably 2 gardeners right behind, just gathering up all the plants and baskets.
I need more sexy clothes.
Gather up the plants and then replanting them later.
There's just an emotions compost heap in the garden. You just put them on that.
So I was just kicking rocks, kicking dirt around.
Nice.
So good. Do we have anything more we want out of this luncheon scene before we cut away?
I just want to tell you the kind of outfit I want.
Well, that's for a tailor, really, isn't it? I mean,
I was going to just tell Hans.
oh well, sure. Let's do
Gonna
this.
tell them. So in the Netflix series, the outfit when Geralt first meets Yennefer, it's the black thing with the yes, with the straps and the sleeves. That's what I want.
That seems like the kind of outfit you want for an event like tonight.
Yeah.
That seems important and fitting. Okay, so of course, if and when Scylla calms down, and even if Scylla doesn't, they're going to send the tailor out into the garden to go get Scylla at some point, if this happens.
Worse. Yeah, I think Scylla does eventually calm down and goes back to her own room. I'm trying to...
I gotta know how exactly the same it looks from when Scylla left. Is it exactly the same?
It's probably one of the maids, we'll say Margot's probably the oldest maid that's been there just because she was named, has probably come in and taking away some childhood toys, because I think even when Scylla was there only 4 years ago, she didn't use her room a lot. She didn't stay at the estate a lot. she like has actually come in since Silo wasn't there and has taken away a lot of like younger things, and the room looks more mature. And Sila's a little surprised, but it doesn't bother her. Also, I would like to say this is the kind of house that you are either going to take a turn or all bathe together, because it's just one big bathing quarters.
How many bathtubs are in there? Is it just one?
No, it's just one
tub?
big like a bathing house. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but it could probably fit 12 people. If
Oh
they're,
yeah, for
like,
sure.
Doing normal stuff. So this house has a bathhouse.
Yeah, a bathhouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. So with all that, what are we going to do in terms of Sila's wardrobe? Is it now empty because of the fact that all the clothes have been taken out, or has it been somehow restocked with new clothing?
Could not have taken all her clothes with her.
But what did your parents do when you left? Did they give you new
left
clothing,
them.
or did they just remove it? Okay.
They left them, yeah.
So all the same stuff is there. So that's good. Okay. And everybody else has very nice bedrooms with like very full bed areas, like lots of space to move around, big open windows, a sitting room, and like an attached wardrobe. So all that's in the room. Everybody has like a dressing screen because that looks cool. Yeah. Fireplaces in the rooms. Fireplaces for sure in the rooms. Yeah, it gets cold in Novograd. That makes sense. So all that's going on.
Her own little balcony outside, you know.
Yeah. So when Sila goes in, does she go for something she already has, or what about the tailor? How are we dealing with the tailor?
She goes for something she already has.
Okay. I think the tailor throws a small huff about that, but it's fine. And so that's covered. Gramelin gets fancified, so does Rosent. What does Thrin do?
I think Thrin is just kind of enjoying the commodities while they are available, as we have been doing a lot of traveling. But she is very quiet. She's a bit more reserved than she normally would be.
Okay. So you've probably got like, do you get like candies and confections in your room right now? Are you like living it up?
Yes, there's some seafood, totally too, because it's hard to get seafood unless you're actually on the coast, and it's something she misses. So she's had some of that, and is just doing her hair, and she's gonna do her hair different than her normal snood hairstyle for the party tonight too. So she's actually taking the time to get cleaned up, makeup, hair.
Well, this is a maids-on kind of residence. Do you think you're doing your own hair, or do you think you have someone doing your hair?
I think she's got someone to assist.
Uh-huh. How assisting are they? Are they like, they're just like getting in there and doing it, or are they just like constantly commenting on all the things that are going on?
I think she's directing.
Okay.
And holding pieces and directing how she wants it done.
I think it's like a very supportive scene, but you've got definitely help. What are we doing for Thrin's look?
So I think she's going to take what, the matriarch of the household said and go for a very elegant look. Very similar to the dress, because she has a fancy dress that she's barely worn from Tredagor. So I think she's going to get, but if the tailor is sent, I think she'll just get something in similar fashion to that. Maybe a little more daring. Because of the atmosphere of the place. She wants to blend in. But she is going for very elegant. So it's like a half updo, and like the bottom is curled. It's like kind of like wavy curls. And she's got some pearls, like pearl pins in her hair and necklace.
When you get a chance to check Katie's pins in the Twitter chat or Twitch chat, and then also let's reinforce that Maggie has gone for a classic Yennefer look.
Yes, so but in red.
Ooh, wow.
Very nice.
That's bold. I like that. So our thermometer is getting pretty high up there at this point. So things are going good. Things are going real good. As we continue on, what is Lupa going to deal with all this? How is this
God.
go? You have a tailor who's come in and said, I think what you need is an armorer rather than a tailor.
Lupa's just like, I don't think that there's going to be a set of armor finished for.
No, it would definitely be something off the rack, but we could look through the racks. We could find something for you, I'm sure. What's our look today? Is it dashing warrior or is it reserved diplomat?
Lupin just kind of like wrinkles her nose at.
You absolutely cannot wear that. You have dust and blood on it.
I don't want to stick out.
Let me find you something.
Okay.
All right. What do you think of what do you think of like a big long silk tunic with like sleeves that are like kind of like blooming, but then they like cuff real good? And like some nice, like fairly tight black pants, maybe some cool looking boots.
Sure. Lupa has no strong feelings about this. It's just like, I don't want to stick out. I think the most amount of change they've ever had is just replacing shitty gambeson and stuff with other shitty gambesons, and then recently with an upgrade to their armor. So they don't do look changes very much. So it's kind of like, doing this. And then last time they had just gotten that fun cloak business on top of their armor. So yeah, so this is kind of like, what's this? Sure. Oh, they don't know what not sticking out means in this context. Because most of the time it'd be like, be super plain. But this is not the place to be super plain and then not stick out. So I think they actually have their hair braided, which is different for them because usually the hair is super loose and long. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what this looks like.
Doing some looking and
Some
these are not
Pinterest looking.
right. I'm doing some Pinterest looking. I'm doing some Pinterest looking like we all do. I'm trying to find some things that are not quite right but are close.
Yeah.
Just to like kind of throw some vibes out there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm throwing some
yeah.
stuff out here like this-ish. I didn't like the one with the buttons really. This may take the rest of the stream just so we're clear.
Oh, I like that.
That's
cool.
good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Something like that where it's
It's
like
very
long and
Lupin
it's
blending in, I think.
very baggy in a stylish way, and then it also has like, you know, there's nothing that says it's anything in particular, and it could be made out of something really nice. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
It's just like they just want to not be an eyesore sticking out for everybody, but they also don't want to go too far off of their normal style.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like, it's like you're wearing like 3 times as much silk as is needed to make the simplest version of the garment, but it's like it's layered in a way that looks really cool. So, okay. I think that's going well. Did we forget anybody? Everybody's got their looks for tonight kind of sewn up. Do we have stuff that would happen between now and the party?
Is it possible to case the area?
Like the whole town? Or just this district? How far do you want to go?
Probably the district, because I know that probably takes an hour just for the area.
Here's the good news. It's a roll against the whole area. It's an hour to wander the streets of a settlement, and this is a big city.
Yeah.
So I think they give you the same time value no matter what.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
I feel like Novograd has to go at the level of a capital for this versus a city.
Yeah.
I think Novograd is the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is
you
that?
gotta roll a 22.
22. Okay. I'll try real hard.
We can always do this again some other time. Oh my gosh, maybe not. Just do it one time.
You're on fire today.
So, hi, my name's Lauren.
So
You
that's
rolled
been
3
231
crits
and
when
now
you need them.
132.
So
Yeah, so that's how you case Novograd in an hour. You just like walk out the door, go, okay, and then walk
All
back in.
right.
Good.
Back to my dress fitting, I guess.
Okay, back to the dress fitting. I feel like at the time that we're at, maybe we should just wrap up whatever everybody's doing and prepare for the party to be our next time.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what stuff I have hanging on. So, Sila, how much attention are you paying to the house? Okay.
She is checking every shady corridor and every like alcove and things like that. And I think she is making sure to tell her the workers what the assassins look like just getting them all filled in and everything, and letting them know that there might be some people there to cause trouble tonight. And probably when Maggie gets back, even though she's a little mad and upset at Maggie right now, so she doesn't say much, she gets Maggie to
Wait.
You put her on another horse and she's been pouting ever since. She's had a bad day today. And,
The privilege. The privilege. Brand of Oxenford's dead.
She probably tells Maggie the like quietest, most assassin.
Yeah.
No, like an assassin would definitely sneak in here spots.
Yeah.
But if Maggie wanted to trap them or watch them, she lets Maggie know the layout of the house, like she would know, like the back of her hand.
Awesome. Yes. This whole city's mine now.
And I think that at some point in the casing of the joint, the one thing that Sila is very aware of is someone hops the back stone fence into the yard. And you've seen the guard response now, which is the servants like shoo them out of the yard. Like, no, go. This isn't for you.
No.
And chase them back over the fence.
Can I get an eye on who it is? Or is
Oh,
it just
yeah,
a
sure.
random person?
Oh no, of course, this is a purposeful shooing of people. So with that, there is a person that has been shooed out of the garden. It's a man with like black hair that's kind of swept back. They've got like a tan skin tone. And yeah, they've been chased out now. Shoo.
Yeah, she's going to go up to one of the guards and be like, did you know that individual?
Oh, I think they've been here before. This happens a lot, miss. I'm so sorry, Lady Sila.
You didn't happen to catch their name or anything in a previous visit, or...
No, we just shoo them back over the fence. I mean, he's standing right there, and they pointed like down the road just a little bit, like crouched down by a bush. This man is just sitting there like this.
Is it like the same person that we saw earlier this morning?
No, this is actually a fairly clean-looking person, played by Shazad Latif in, I forget what it was. I think it was in Penny Dreadful that I stole the look from. So we look forward to that, and yeah, they've got like very long, straight black hair. They're wearing like a gray tunic that's a little bit unlaced.
Just looks at them and keeping my eye on you.
And they do like a this at you, like if they had a hat, which they clearly don't.
Yeah, and she turns and goes back inside.
Maybe we'll see more of that later. But for now, I feel like we would be pretty well set for next time for a party.
Yep.
So
The
shall I
only
turn
plan
the
we
visual
have
over
is
to-
party and invite the enemy, and there's nothing else.
All you need.
That's the plan.
God.
Listen, it's fine. It'll be fine. I've got my chloroform in my dress somehow. It's like in
You're
a pocket. The dress has
You're tucked.
pockets. No, I wouldn't be
Okay.
able to get to it. It's gonna be too tight.
Maggie's gone around the house while casing the place and just left little like secret stashes of chloroform everywhere.
Sounds very right.
in one vase, like one vase full of like decorated with naked women, she's just gonna grab out a sheet of chloroform. That's all.
Yep. Good stuff.
Incredible. All right, I have drawn the giveaway winner. Soulstorm, it's you. Send us a whisper on Twitch, and just give us your email, and we will get your copy sent to you. That's so exciting. And we'll have this giveaway again next week. We have it every week because our Telsorian rocks. But for now, let's just go around and check in with everybody and plug any stuff you have. Hans, let's start with you.
I am Hans. I'm here. I'm going to be here next week. We're going to do more of this fun stuff. If we're not, for some reason, everything will be fine. But I'm looking forward to this party. We should have a lot of fun. I am done now.
Perfect. Oh, so succinct. Lindy.
That's me. I'm Lindy. I've picked out Thrin's dress for the party. You can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. There's games on my channel a lot now. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays on a normal week. And also this week, I will be having a video game stream on Thursdays. We're playing Mass Effect Andromeda. So it's lots of fun and I stay up too late.
Amazing. And KT.
Hi everyone. You can find me all over the internet at Katie Face. I play games through the week on Off the Table. That's off_the table on Twitter and Twitch. Also, I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, I can't wait to come back and definitely not deal with her fiance that now doesn't know she's dead. And not deal with Madri Lavin's assassins in what is sure to be a fun party.
Yep, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. And any personal stuff, Kiana?
Yeah, y'all can find me over on Twitter at KennaS. Best way to figure out I'm doing when I'm not here on the channel. I'm mostly just on the channel with my best friend Lauren doing TTRPGs and video game stuff. I am the GM for Against the Stars, our Burn Bright campaign on Tuesdays here. So if you like science fantasy, if you like PCs getting into trouble on a mob-run Monte Carlo in space, that's the place to be. It's great. What about you, Lauren?
I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter. You can find me here, obviously. On Saturdays, I run our Pulp Cthulhu game, Masks of Nyarlathotep. And what else? Oh, I'm a GM with Magpie as part of their curated play program. I have 2 games of Bluebeard's Bride up for sale right now. Vacant Hotel and Boarding School. It's going to be lots of fun. They're Eastern-friendly times this time. So if you are into feminine horror, come play a game with me. I can guarantee a good, spooky, safe time. Otherwise, thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Roll20, Dice, and Grinding Coffee Co. We could not be here without them. Thank you for the subs today and the donos. Thank you so much. Also, if you ever miss an episode, we have a YouTube that you can go sub to. So you can catch up there. VODs are uploaded during the week. So that's cool and all. We also have a Twitter where we announce when we're going live, especially if we're doing an impromptu video game or one-shot stream. And I think that's basically everything. I think I nailed it. So we are going to go raid our friend Jess. They were here earlier, so you can go and give them some love as well. I think they're playing video games right now. So we are going to go do that. Just incredible. And we'll be back next week for a very fun party. Wave bye, everybody. Goodbye. Bye.